You're watching Freedom BMX.
Right, so I will speak as properly as possible. So I'm Ben Lewis. We're here in Stuttgart at Kunstform. We're here for the etnies chapter's video premiere. Me, Nathan, Dugan came over just to hang out with everyone, just watch the video and just fucking have a party.
It's been a long 3 days, just going from premiere to premiere, but yeah, it's good to be here and stuff. So
we're in Stuttgart, Germany. Sorry for the mispronunciation, but it's fucking awesome here. It's like we're only in any country for like fucking 12 hours. Like last night we were in Paris. This morning I was throwing up in Paris, and then we hop on a plane, now we're in Germany, and it's like all BMX everywhere we go, every country we go. It's like fucking awesome to see.
Here you go. All right. Have fun.
So working with Will and Mike's fucking incredible. Obviously, they both have their own processes. Will I've met a lot of times, so I know how to deal with him. We're good friends. We know how to work around each other. He's a fantastic filmer, very friendly, chill, doesn't care. Manzuri I'd never met before. He has a very interesting, very, very artistic process. So he'd be doing crazy shit with blue lights on the fucking ceiling in random places, and he's an artist, and it's just created a very interesting project.
Working with Mike and Will, to let everybody know, was a damn treat. Getting in the bowl with Mike is fucking amazing, dude. He like literally is carving, having a good time skating while filming you, and like making sure you're in frame. It's fucking nuts. And Will's just been in the game for a long time. I got to go on quite more trips with Mike, but the trips with Will were just as slapping, you know. But fucking a good solid team, and stoked to see that Mike got to like put his efforts towards or was willing to put his efforts towards a BMX movie, because that's a movie, bitches. This is a movie. We're pushing over an hour, I think. So yeah, it was fucking a treat working with them.
It's just kind of an honor, really, to work with both of those dudes, and they're both legendary filmers in their own right. So yeah, it's good.
I mean, this is not going to be a difficult one, Nathan's. I mean, when you watch the video, you'll realize it is fucking ridiculous. Like, he does all the tricks you've ever wanted to do, and then does them on the biggest shit you've ever wanted to do them on. I don't think he has any regard for his own body or anything else. He just kills the shit out of it. So yeah, watch that video.
Whose part do you like the best? I feel like that's a loaded question. I don't know. All of them to me are sick, but I really like Chase Hawk's part. Just the filming and everything with it. It's pretty rad.
It's tough watching these videos and picking out a best part. You know, it's kind of like whoever's your favorite rider, you know, maybe is your best friend too, or your best friend isn't your favorite rider, but you still like his riding because he's your homie. So you like get way more into his tricks. But nonetheless, so it's tough to say whose part I like best. Fuck, Nathan's obviously. He got a banger. I mean, you can't watch that shit without like every time I'm sitting next to him during his part, I look over, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Was that a fakie nollie 1.8 or whatever the fuck? Was that a cab nollie or whatever the fuck? You know, just like shit that I can't comprehend that he's slamming out, no problem. So yeah, I mean, start to finish, I love the video. But yeah, if I had to say one, obviously Nate killed it.
Well, aside from your bike, 3 essential items. Fuck me.
3 essential items that you're gonna want to bring on on an etnies filming road trip. 1, it's the bike. You can't forget the bike. Obviously, that kind of goes without being said. 2, the work hats. You know, you gotta please the people you gotta please, that make shit happen for you. And then number 3, phone. I'm looking at naked pictures of girls all throughout the day. It kind of amps you up, really. You know, it's like in between spots, you're like getting worked up by a wicked hot chick sending you a photo or something, and you're just like, this is savage, and this is why I don't give a shit about anything or whatever. So I don't know. Those are 3 things that I enjoy having on a trip. Obviously, I think it takes more than 3. It takes a whole backpack full of shit, you know. But those are the top 3.
Probably the hardest one I've ever had to answer. the three things I make sure I bring on a trip is a bike and a passport. Aside from that, I don't worry about anything else, because as long as you got a bike and a passport, you can make a trip work. A trip, everything goes wrong. It always goes wrong. I've never been on a trip where everything goes correctly. You just have to make do. You either get hurt, you get sick, someone fucks up, you get lost. You just have to accept it and crack on, and that's just the way it is. So as long as you got a bike and a passport, you're good.
Name 3 essential items to bring on a filming trip. 3 essential items. Bike is probably one. At least 2 shirts. And your phone, iPod/iPod. That's about all I got.
Honestly, could not answer this. I mean, there's clips that I've spent 14 hours longer trying that I never actually managed to pull. That would be the hardest tricks. Things that were 3-hour drives away that I went 2, 5, 6 times that I never actually managed to pull. And they're the ones that are heartbreaking. There's some that I've pulled that have not been used that took the time. In the video, the hardest clip, I'll tell you what, actually I do a curve wall ride, opposite curve wall ride, I'll loop 270 out, and there's a lip on the top of the wall, so you have to like bump jump off the top of the lip. But I've got this finger was popped. I had like 8 stitches in this finger. I had a broken rib, and I had necked a lot of painkillers just to survive. And basically I could ride for about an hour a day, and I was on this trip, and we just managed to make it work. I managed to get the clip, walk away, and somehow it worked out, and got lucky.
So the clip that was hardest to film for me, I don't know, a lot of them I forget. The gap to triple kink rail was just scary. Trying to think of one that like took me a long time, and I don't mean that in a weird way. I just sometimes get impatient, so I don't even like, I don't know, and I hate getting frustrated at my bike, so I tend to like just quit sometimes. But yeah, I'd probably say the gap to triple kink, just because it was something that you can't really feel out. You just gotta kind of go for it. So I'd probably say that one.
The clip that was hardest, I'd say, to film for me is like my 3rd to last clip or something. It's my fucking favorite clip, and I'm stoked that one of my favorites is actually one of the longer clips, because like a lot of times your favorite shit just is like snippet, you know, and like people don't even realize how much went into it. But the clip at the Albuquerque ditch, man, that was like the first time we went there. I spent I want to say 3 to 4 hours trying this manual line or whatever, and then I just like compressed my back or whatever and had to call it. And that was like the last day of the etnies trip, and so I had to bail. Didn't think I was gonna get it done, and then like one of the last weeks we had of filming, Mike was in Texas heading back to Cali to do some editing, or start the editing process, and on the way out he had to drive by that ditch. So I followed him in my truck for 8 hours, man, to get there and try to get that clip. And on the way there, it was a mess. You know, I was a bit nervous driving 8 hours to that just by myself, so I got a little twisted in the truck and lost Mike. But luckily we ended up at the same hotel, and the next morning we got up early and started hitting it. And then like as soon as I started jumping up the gap, you know, getting warmed up, because it was like we'd have to hit this shit cold, you know, first thing in the day, the wind picked up, so we had to call that day. And then the trip was already going to be that day, so we had to sit there and decide whether we want to fucking stick it out and maybe get it tomorrow and like waste more of my time or what. Because like I was feeling like an asshole because the dude was waiting on me to fucking get something done that I had no idea if I was going to be able to. But the next day we went there, and within 2 hours, fucking boom, magic happened. And it's damn near my favorite clip. I love seeing it because of it.
Who has the worst bike on the team? I guess it depends on what you mean. I'd probably say Benny. Just the way he sets it up. I don't know. Yeah, it obviously works for him, but just super short back end, really low. He rides like a 20-inch frame. Super poppy, but yeah, it's hard to ride for me.
Who has the worst bike on the team? That would be Aaron Ross. His bike is riggedy raggedy and fucking grips ripped in half. It's like, Aaron, come on, dude, just throw a new pair of grips on. I know you got fucking 4 in your house, 1 in your bike bag, you know, but he kind of likes it ripped. pushes it together. It works. So, but there's been times where I'm just like, how the fuck are you getting shit done on this bike, dude? But that's also one of my closest homies on the team that I'm like always around. So I'm always seeing how shitty his bike is, you know. If his chain's loose one day, I'm going to know about it, you know, and I'm going to be pissed. But nowadays, people love the slappy chain, dude. They love that slap. I got the pad, so it's like silent, but, you know, slaps in, whatever.
I mean, that's a matter of perspective. Nathan's bike's always a bag of shit. I mean, he runs like 40 psi in his tires, chains loose as shit, pegs are fucked. Like, he runs his bike loose and he likes it that way. Like, I like my bike to. I mean, my bike's a pile of shit. Like, my crank's loose, my sprocket's loose. Like, no bar ends, like, shit's wild. To be fair, it's probably me. I probably have the worst bike, like, but worst maintained bike on the trip. No one has a bike that's a piece of shit, but like, I don't care as long as it rides. As long as the wheels don't hit the frame. And if they do hit the frame, I'll just kick them straight. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I've got the worst bike on the team, so that's that.
Golly, tell us a joke. All right, I got a dad joke for you, but then you have to answer it because it's like so why didn't the skeleton cross the road? Because he had no guts.
Here's a joke. We were at a premiere, and I wasn't going to be drinking because my injury, and then next thing I know, in the hotel lobby, I accidentally drank a whole bottle of Jack, man, and just got blackout. I drank it, and within 20 minutes, for whatever reason, I guess it was just one of those times you're just, like, nervous about something, and you don't even know. And then Ian woke up to me peeing on the floor and had to throw me out into the hallway, and I was just wandering around there blackout, just throwing up, sleeping in the hallway. I mean, is that a joke? Is my life a joke? Kind of. I would say so.
I can remember how to get around Tokyo like it's the back of my hand. I can remember every single city corner, every single spot, everything, but I cannot remember a single joke a single person has ever told me. My mind just doesn't work that way. Sorry.
So how did I get on etnies? This was, don't even remember how long ago, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I can't remember. I was riding for another shoe company, and it was a real small kind of deal, and I just woke up one morning to a phone call from him, and he's like, hey, we're actually not a company anymore. so that ended, and I was with Walter, I think, on a trip in Austin, and I want to say maybe he said something to Pova about it, something like that, but Pova ended up calling me later on that day and asked me if I wanted to get some shoes and stuff, and I was like, yes. So, yeah, it's just kind of,
How long ago?
it's probably 7 years ago, something like that. So, yeah, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's something good came out of a shitty situation, you know, so.
Fuck, I got very lucky. Ian became team manager of Europe. They wanted to regenerate the team. They wanted new fresh faces. He asked me to be a part of it. I rode for Animal and Fit through 4 Down, and with Ian then running etnies, it made sense to be a part of that. I thought I'd be part of the European team, and then ended up on the full team. Like, just, I'm literally the luckiest bastard on the planet.
How I got on etnies? The homie Joe Rich pulled his string of strings, because him and Pova are fucking mad tight, you know, and I was in cahoots with Joe. I just moved down to Austin. I was fucking with the T1 ramp, you know, and Joe, you know, real recognize real, and Joe's a homie, so he set that up and got me on the flow, and Pova saw I was down with the cause and down to die for it. He didn't, I say that because I'm an idiot, but, you know, he saw I was just in love with bike riding, so it worked out, and he decided to, like, put me on the pro team, and I couldn't be happier. You know, I'm giving this shit my all, and hopefully it shows.
Can you not help me out on this one? I know next to fuck all in German. I mean, I can say danke, that's about it. I wish I knew more than that. Oh, Prost. Oh, fuck, I know how to say that, yeah. That's easy. I know how to say cheers in pretty much every language on the planet. But yeah, so Prost.
I ain't got anything in German, man. I was a little bummed that I look at the writing here and it's just frustrating. You know, in France I could kind of break it down because it's like they just throw our letters around. But dude, in German, it's damn near Russian. You know, it's just like fucking alien language. So I got nothing. Sorry.
I know like 2 words maybe. What's danke is thank you. I'll try to get help from Ben back here. I really don't know much German at all, but I probably should. But I took Spanish in high school, so I got a little bit of an excuse.
This is a fucking mystery. First trip was Philly. Did Hastings, Liverpool, London, Tokyo, Frankfurt, Lisbon, LA. Fuck knows. Did so many trips, like I can't even fucking remember. They all blend together because there's been so many amazing trips with so many different people. Obviously, my favourite trip would be Tokyo, always, hands down. D-Hart and Aaron in Tokyo, watching D-Hart's mind explode with the spots was the best thing, because his mind couldn't comprehend what was there. I love taking people to Tokyo because they don't know what the fuck they're in for.
I can't remember how many trips I went on. It had to have been at least like 10, I would think. But I'm completely guessing. Well, I have a really terrible memory anyways, so like I said, I can't hardly even remember half of it. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably 8 to 10. Couldn't tell you where we went.
So how many trips did we go on to film for Chapters? Well, they went on about, I'd say, over 300. That's just a high number I made up. We went on a lot. We were fucking hustling. We had a calendar that the whole team was on fucking group email, and we'd always go through, be trying to line up trips. But literally too many to count, I think. I'm just stoked on how many damn countries we hit. Dude, they were down. You know, the budget was that they wanted to make a quality product, and I think they got it. Can I understand the fuck Benny Lewis is saying ever? No, I can't. So fast. But, you know, if you focus, you take everything out of your life, you get all that out of there, you don't think about anything else, and you focus on Benny. It's easy. You know, you read him like a book. It's the thing, but it's if you're caught up in your own shit, thinking you're dope, thinking about your chick, thinking about your mom, that's when you can't understand him because you're not paying attention. So, you know, work on it. What do you call it? What's the slang called? Scouse. It's that scouse, baby. Scouse. Pick up on the scouse. Left, right, either way, it's scouse.
I can understand about 50% of what Ben says. It's really funny because we always talk about it, and I just I'll understand some words that he's saying in the sentence, but then I don't understand the context of it, and so I'm just he'll say something, I go, huh? I say it again, huh? Say it again, huh? And then if I don't understand it by that point, I'll either try to play it off like I understand what he's saying, or I just say, I can't understand what you're saying, dude. And he just shrugs his shoulders, and then it gets quiet for a minute.
Well, alright, so I guess we started this one already. But, I mean, I love every city we go to. Philly, every single city has amazing spots, amazing people. But as I said, Tokyo just has something to offer that nowhere else does. Security is a cunt, but the spots are so fucking unique. If you're after a perfect 9-stair rail, you're not finding it. You go to California for a perfect 9-stair rail, but if you want to ride weird fucking shit, you go to Japan, and that's the type of shit that me and Diat ride. So it worked out perfectly. That is the best place I will ever go on the planet.
My favorite city that we filmed in for this, probably, I mean, honestly, my hometown now, Austin, where I live. Any clip I have from there I've been driving past and looking at, for damn near a year at least. So it's to get the shit that I had on my list done there is a fucking weight off my shoulders, Now it's I'll roll around my town and spot roofs that I got stuff on, clips on that made in the video, and just fucking stoked. So it's how can I not be? And T1 is in Austin, so it's that's one of my favorite sections too, is that jam, because it's one of the last monumental jams, because it's the jams that would happen there just every day, the homies that would end up riding there, you wouldn't believe it. So it was sick to be a part of the last one.
I'd probably say Portugal. It was kind of one of the last trips that we did. It was with Benny and Devin, and it wasn't, at least on my end, super productive. but it was just the way the city was laid out, and the spots were really good, and especially towards the end of filming, I tend to get a little bit more picky because I don't want to waste time trying something if I know it's not going to be something that I want in my part. So, but yeah, I like Portugal a lot. We were in Lisbon, so yep, that's what I'd say.
Final and best question: why the people should buy the video? Well, I meant motivation. You know, do you like being motivated, or do you like being depressed? If you like staying in your same loop of bullshit, in your same world of bullshit that you surround yourself in, fucking Gram, Twitter, all that bullshit, it's like you're gonna get stuck in a loop, stuck in the same spot in your head. You're gonna be like, well, why am I thinking about the same shit? It's like you need the new, you know, and this is the new, and this is like some motherfuckers putting their soul into this, and we had a good time. So it's like, if you like watching pina coladas, I just had to because I went into a tone, but if you like watching good bike riding videos, you know, people having a good time on both ends, you know, filming and riding, it's like we're all fucking stoked on this finalized product. You know, it's like this was a tall order filming for this video. It's like a lot of pressure going into it if you make it that, you know, but whenever you're riding, it obviously all goes away. That's why we ride.
Honest answer, purely for Nathan's section. But aside from that, the fact that there's like 45 other people in the video that you will want to watch, yeah, you need to buy this video. Don't sleep on it. Fucking get involved. It's on iTunes. It's on DVD. Buy that shit and watch it. Enjoy it, and I hope you do.
Why should people buy the video? I don't it's like legendary, you know, these are legendary videos. I don't know, and I don't know. It's a new video. It's worth at least having an opinion on. So you should watch it so you can have an opinion on it.
We had too good of a time making this video. I'm too stoked we got that long to make it, you know, that it didn't get cut short. So hope you like it. Hope you get to see it sooner than later. I've already seen it like 4 times, but it's good. You'll like it, and hope you like this interview and everything Marcus is doing. It's fucking fun to work with him. So yeah, peace out.
Danke and Prost.